Hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a otro video tutorial. Este video tutorial va a ser hecho en inglés porque a la persona que va a dedicar este video tutorial no habla español. Bueno, habla muy poco español. So, welcome back to another video tutorial. This video tutorial is dedicated to Nicolas from United Kingdom. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did enjoy doing this video tutorial for you. This video tutorial is an idea that came to my mind because I was cleaning my room, which I don't do pretty often, and I saw a shoes that I really like, but they have some damage in a part of it, but I feel really bad to throw them away, and was like, well, it's really a good a good idea came up to my mind, and I decided to do something really nice that you will see in the video tutorial. Now, do you remember the video that I did of the crochet hat for the winter? So a couple of days ago I decided to do this. This is like I don't know how to say it in English. It's like a bag for my laptop. So I use the same technique as I explained in the video, but the only difference is that first of all I use the same size of hook, and I use two yarns together, as you can see here, which came to be like more like strong, bigger and faster. So it's really good. Of course, don't use it with your computer, with your laptop plugged in to the power supply, because remember that this is for protect your laptop turn off. So let's get started with this video tutorial, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, dedicated to Nicolas from United Kingdom, the place where one of the greatest bands start, the Smiths. I'm sorry, I love the Smiths. I get pretty excited when they mention UK because I love the Smiths. They are really cool. Actually, after the video tutorial, I'm gonna listen to them. The things that we need for this handwork, we need the shoes that we're going to use. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I chose shoes that I have here with damage here. So this is the shoes that we're going to use in this video tutorial. We're going to need scissors. We're going to need, this is a special glue for fabric. It's really good to do things with fabric, and it's also good, well, it's basically for fabric. And we're gonna need a marker, we're gonna need a lighter. Well, that's me personal, you understand why I use a lighter. And we're gonna need some yarn. Of course, I chose yarn black because we're gonna use something with a lot of colors, and that's the color that combines almost with everything. And I'm gonna use a hook number 1.75 millimeters. Now the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the shoes, right? And we're gonna do with the marker, we're gonna do a little mark in the place where we're gonna put the flower, more or less. And in the other side of the shoe, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna do it in the same place. Remember that we are doing this so you can guide yourselves, so you know that you are more or less doing it in the same place. Now we're gonna put it here, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna crochet the thing that we're gonna use to cover that horrible thingy there. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a flower, and I'm gonna show you how do I crochet the flower, and it's pretty easy. Oh, I forgot, another thing that we will need is, this is optional, you're gonna use a hairpin that you're not using, and you're gonna see why. Now the first thing you need to do, of course, And by the way, this is optional. You're gonna need one of these. Those are like little fake diamonds, as you can see, and you're gonna see why are we gonna use them. Now I'm gonna show you how to crochet the flower that we're going to use in this part of the video. Of course, you're gonna need the yarn, and as you may know, every single work in crochet starts with a slip knot. Haha. Not as the band, which I really hate. Now it's pretty easy. As you see, we start doing a slip knot, and now here it is. I'm sorry, this is live. Well, it's not. And we're doing a slip knot, and now the first thing that we need to do is we need to do 4 chains, and we join in a slip stitch to form a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we join here, and we have that in some patterns you will see that is called like the magic circle. Why it's called a magic circle? Because every single thing that you do in the work, we're gonna cut this part here, is around the magic circle. Now we have the magic circle. I know you may be able I know you may not be able to see it because it's dark. So I'm gonna zoom it. Zoom. Now, yeah. Now the next thing is you need to chain 1, and you're gonna work inside the loop, and you're gonna do a single crochet, and then you're gonna do 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna do a single crochet inside the circle, and you see that it will form, as I was mentioning, you will see that it will form another like loop, right? You will see that, right? So you have to do that 6 times. That means that you will have to do 6 times the 1, 2, 3 chains, then the single crochet inside the magic circle, and so on. And now, as you can see, we did the 6 loops around the magic circle with the technique that I explained, like a single crochet and then 3 chains and so on. Now we're gonna do the petals. We're gonna change 1, and then inside of every single loop we're gonna do, I'm gonna change 1, and inside of every single loop we're gonna do single crochet. We're gonna change 1, and then we're gonna do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now there's a video tutorial that I did a couple of months ago. Then you're gonna do another chain, and then you're gonna do a single crochet, right? And then you're gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna go closer, and you're gonna do the same thing in the next loop, right? You're gonna do a single crochet, and then you're gonna change 1, and you're gonna do 3 double crochets inside that same loop, right? 1, 2, 3, you're gonna do a chain, and then you're gonna do a single crochet inside the loop. Now this is very important, that you understand that I did a video tutorial a couple of months ago, but about how to crochet this type of flower. And if you could take a look at the video, you could see how to do this flower, and it's really, really easy. I know it looks kind of complicated, but it's really, 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 really easy. Now remember that the purpose of this video is like to fix the shoes, but you can choose any other thing to do in crochet to cover that damage on whatever thing you may have. You can do that same thing with a blouse, with a pair of jeans and such. And now we've finished. This is not the end. You have two options. You can either finish here, right? We did, as you can see 6 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can either decide to end here. You can use this part. You can add the little like fake diamond and add it to the center, or you can do, which I decide to do. I'm gonna do a bigger flower. This is the end work. This is what I want to do, right? As you can see, this is what I want to do at the end. And in order for you to do that, to do this like effect, like 3D effect. I don't know why everything now it's 3D. You can do this. Is pretty easy how you can do it. Okay, now you're here, you do not join. Okay, now what you're gonna do right there when you finish to do the 6th petal, you're gonna do 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm sorry. Now you're gonna, like, in this place between the petals, you see there's a stitch. You're gonna pass it. You're gonna do a slip stitch through that stitch, right? And you're gonna do the same thing all over the back of the flower. And here we are. We're done doing the 6 these places here. As you can see, I'm doing the 6. So I did the 5 chains, and now you're gonna do a slip stitch with the first round of chains that you did in the back of the flower. And now this is where the fun starts, and this is where you're gonna see how we create the effect. And this is pretty easy. You just need to do 2 chains, and then you do 6 double crochets inside this loop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're gonna do again 2 chains, and then you're gonna do a slip stitch, and you will see that it will start looking like a petal, and you will repeat that in every single loop that it was created, thanks of the 5 chains that you did in behind every single petal. And we just finished doing the last petal, and now you will see why I do use the lighter. Why do I use it? Why did I say lighter with a British accent? I always like the British accent. Okay, now I need the scissors in this part. I'm gonna take off the hook, right? I'm gonna cut it here. Okay, the sound that you hear in the background is the fan, because here we have a temperature of almost 30 degrees as usual. Now you see here, and now I'm gonna use the lighter, and I'm gonna burn it. Let me see, why is it? Yeah, here it is. As you can see there, that part here, I'm gonna burn it a little. Some people, they don't like to do it when they do crochet, but I prefer to do it. And let's go for, and voila, c'est la fleur. Here's the flower. So now I'm gonna take my little diamond. I'm gonna use hot silicone. Why I'm not using, you have to be very careful with hot silicone. Oh God, my poor little fingers are used to the hot silicone. So you have to be very careful so you don't have any mess that could damage your precious work. And here we done the flower that we're gonna use to put in the shoe. Remember that you need to have 2 flowers because for both shoes. You may wondering why I didn't use this to glue the little fake diamonds to the flower. Remember, this is used only to glue fabric. Now, if you try to use it to glue the little diamond, the little fake diamond, to the flower, eventually it will get loose. So I strongly recommend you to use hot silicone. Now we're gonna do where this fun starts. Of course, we're gonna start with the broke shoe. As you can see, well, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I did a mark with a marker. Now, but you just gonna see, I'm gonna put it like this. I know it looks too big, but I have big foot, so it will make my foot look delicate. So I'm gonna take some, you don't have to use like the pin, but I like to use a pin because it's easier. The smell, it's really, really strong, so I strongly recommend you to do it in an open place, okay? Because the smell, it's really, really strong. And okay, I know it looks messy, but it doesn't matter. Now you're gonna put the flower. Need to make sure it's in the place you want it to be. And voila. You have to wait at least 12 hours so it will get perfectly stick to the shoe. So here it is, and if you wanted to, you can put it in the front, but remember, that's not the idea in this case. I'm doing this to cover something damaged. So you can use that same technique to different things. And here it is. If you wanted to, you can leave one without it and one with the flower, but in this case I wanted to match. Now I'm gonna glue it in the other shoe. Remember that we did a mark, but anyways, use the other shoe to guide yourself. So remember we did a mark. So in this case, we're gonna use here, we're gonna put it here in the whole area. Of course, we use the marker to mark and guide ourselves, but at the end, everything, it's about common sense. Try close it as soon as you don't using it. Just close it because the smell, it's really strong. Okay, now you're gonna do the same. And voila. And here we have the shoes. And now you have to wait. Remember, as I mentioned, you have to wait like up to at least 8 to 12 hours to be perfectly stick. And this is the end of this video tutorial. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did doing the video for you. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this video tutorial was dedicated to Nicolas from United Kingdom. So I hope you enjoy it. So the same idea, you can use it for almost everything. Like, you just need your imagination, you just need that glue that is specially made for fabric, and you just need, you know, your imagination and a really good situation to use it. For example, I bought this really nice purse in a thrift shop, but it's like, looks really old, and I decided to add this flower here. So I use the same technique, the same pattern, but in this case I did it with a bigger hook and with 2 yarns. So I hope you have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I hope you have a nice rest of the week.